I am going to be rambling on about the Marvel problem. In this video, today, I'm going to be saying all my negative things about Marvel Studios. And you want to know why negative? Because it gets more views and more clicks. So I'm gonna take everything I love about Marvel, which there's more loving than not, kick all my feelings to Marvel, you know, screw you, Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, Spider-Man, gone, gotten, everything. And we are going to be listing all of the ones that I hate, all the things that I've been complaining about. And the first one is actually what most people complain about the most, which is the comedy. I'm just so, every single show, every single movie, my shirt is really wrinkly. If there's a movie, like an action movie, people just say, oh, it's a Marvel movie. They're trying to be Marvel. And that's a little annoying. I don't like the comedy of recently. She-Hulk, I like. She-Hulk is nice. But Thor, I had a huge problem with. There is going to be spoilers about basically any Marvel movie, so if you haven't seen them. But yeah, Thor Love and Thunder, I did not go see the theaters because when this movie came out in theaters, I was burnt out of Marvel because I just saw like Ms. Marvel and I didn't really like it. And then I just saw Doctor Strange, which I liked really a lot at first, but then Twitter ruined it for me and made me not like it. So then I just can't look at it the same. And that's why I unfollowed a lot of Marvel stuff on Twitter, because Twitter is just a horrible place. That's like a 1.5 reason. Just don't go on Twitter if you like Marvel, or just don't follow Marvel stuff on Twitter. It's horrible. They ruin it all the time because they set your expectations for a movie like up here, like through the roof, and then it's just not that. It's just a simple like family fun movie. For example, like Doctor Strange, they set it up, like the community set it up so high for the Illuminati, and it was okay. It wasn't bad. I loved it when I first saw it, but then I saw Twitter and they shit on it. And I'm like, why? It's fine. It's just like, it makes no sense. And then a lot of people were trashing Doctor Strange for the humor. I was fine with it. The humor was fine in that movie. People made fun of like the Illuminati, and I'm like, that's a common thing people would say. I don't know why people have a problem with some humor. Some humor is a little bit too much, and in Thor, I had a big problem, mainly when the beginning of the movie, because this was when I was burnt out of Marvel, so I just watched She-Hulk, which I like. It's supposed to be a comedy. That show's allowed to have comedy, but not everything else. Doctor Strange, no comedy. That not needed. Thor, not needed. Guardians of the Galaxy in that movie, yes, it needed comedy. Makes sense. But that's too much. Like, you need to tone it down, Marvel. I'm sorry. I love you. There's just too much humor. Like what was the point of Thor just doing a split, holding these two motorcycle bikes, vehicle floating things with birds in it? What was the point of that? And then he screamed at the bird. What's the point of that? The humor was just pointless. Don't get me wrong, Thor Love and Thunder, great movie, go see it. But like the humor, you have to like get through halfway through the movie until like you're fine with it. But the humor is just too much. But there's also a lot more sad in Marvel. Like I cried more in any Marvel phase than I ever had. But Spider-Man No Way Home, Falcon and Winter Soldier, yes, I cried during that, shut up. And then Thor Love and Thunder, it was great. They were all great. I liked them all. They were very sad. And they're also a lot good. They're very good ones. Like Spider-Man No Way Home, arguably my favorite Spider-Man. It's just so good. I love that movie. And Thor Love and Thunder, probably my favorite Thor movie. Maybe not my favorite. Maybe Thor Ragnarok just beats it just a little bit. But they were both great. A lot of people complain. Some shows should just not have any humor. Or just like none. No humor. There needs to be no humor. I don't think it's needed in some places. I don't know why they still do humor and everything. Like Moon Knight did not need humor. It was a little bit too wacky, facky, tacky for me, honestly. Okay, second reason is a lot of people are getting burnt out of Marvel. There's too much Marvel for anyone, honestly, besides people that do it for their job, aka YouTubers that literally live off of Marvel content. When I say that, I mean it. I was a good fan. I was watching all like channels about every little detail, and I just got bored. There was just too much to keep track of. You just lose it. And then by the time you catch up, 50 more projects get announced. And I'm just like, I'm excited, don't get me wrong, but there's just too much. There's just way too many projects. Like, I remember last year when there was just like WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Spider-Man, Eternal, Shang-Chi. I was so happy because we haven't seen a movie in 2 years. But after almost 2 years of just non-stop shows and movies every single month, it's a little bit too much. Like, the quality of the stuff isn't bad either. It's just too much. I just can't keep track of everything. And I don't think you're supposed to keep track of everything. So then you go back on Disney Plus and watch it 5 more times. It's all about money. Marvel needs to tone it down. In humor and in production of movies. They're not going to. Probably. At least just get rid of the humor. I mean, keep making movies and shows. All you want. They're gonna be good. I'm gonna watch them all. It's just too much. You just get burnt out too quick. It's just too constant. Because then you're also trying to watch Star Wars stuff, which also is making a lot of content recently. And then there's just other Netflix shows, HBO Max shows that you just want to watch and you just don't want to. Just two very big annoying points. It's just the humor is getting a little bit stale for me. I liked it for the longest time until Thor. Thor is, I think, the breaking point for me. Because Thor Ragnarok I loved, so I didn't think the humor was too much or too little. I love that humor. And then this movie, I think of seeing 20 projects before it. Since last Thor Ragnarok, I was just like, it's just the same thing. Humor-wise. It was just too much. So, that's what I think about Marvel. Trust me, I still love Marvel. Marvel is my life. Not really my life. I just love it. It's a big part of my life. Because I watch those stuff like 5 times over. Not really. Because I watch it once by myself, and then a couple times with my dad, and then a couple times with my girlfriend, and then a couple times with my friends. So I watch it quite a bit, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, before we end the video, I'm going to say some stuff I'm very excited about. Wolverine, he got teased in She-Hulk, so boom, I'm excited for that. Fantastic Four, boom, I'm excited for that. No, not Inhumans, fuck them. Well, actually don't. I actually would be down for them, but, Ghost Rider, what did I say already? Daredevil, I'm excited for. Midnight Suns, very excited for those. Give me Ghost Rider. Where is he? Give me him. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Please give a like, thumbs up button down below. Isn't that funny? Haha, I grabbed this all the way over here. Okay, I'll put it away. I paid $60. I want to get my money's worth. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, that's my problem with Marvel.